How's it going, guys? We're headed over to one neighbor's house to drop off this beautiful bouquet of flowers I just put together. It has Rebecca, sunflowers, some Ami, some Queen Anne's lace, some chamomile and basil. So all kinds of things. Oh, and some scabiosa seed pods. And yeah, so I'm gonna go drop this off at one neighbor's house, and then we're gonna go over to the other neighbor's house, and we're going to go water some of her roses. So let's go get this done. Well, you guys can see my house is right there, and I'm watering with a regular hose. I'm not winding this hose up. They're gonna have to get a hose link if they want me to continue watering at their house from now on, because I gotta water a whole bunch of roses and a whole bunch of stuff in the backyard. That's just not gonna happen without a hose link from now on. So they have a little handheld windy thingy. I'm not doing that. I told you guys I wasn't gonna do it, and I didn't. Brent did it. Okay, so we're headed back home now. See what I need to do around the property. Couple things really quick, guys. We got solar put on the house. It's not installed fully yet, but the panels are up. So that's exciting. Okay, the sprinkler is about to kick on as I was gonna walk through the gate. But also, the butterfly bush is blooming its head off now. And I've seen so many butterflies on this thing. It's absolutely insane. And then look at this. They're starting to creep over to this next row right here. And if we come under, you can see it's full. Okay. Okay, so what I've decided to do actually is we're doing a front flower bed cleanup. I am no longer in love with the osteospermum up here. I'm ripping both of these out. I need to come and I need to clean out the daffodils that were up here. These guys are spent. Those are gonna get cut back. I've got weeds everywhere. They need to get pulled. So those are gonna get pulled. The butterfly bush is staying. Burning bush is coming out. It has been in here for like almost 3 years. This was one of the very first things I planted when we bought this house, and I don't love it. It looks really pretty for like a minute in the fall, and that is it. So I'm pulling it out. It's got to go. This giant concrete thing needs to go in the back of the truck for a dump run, and these guys are going to get moved. They're starting to burn because it's getting hot, and honestly, I just don't love the container that they're in anymore. So I would like to do a full rework in this section here. We'll leave the beautiful butterfly bush. That'll go, and then I'm not touching anything on this side. So you can see we've got the arbs. That'll get cleaned out. This rogue cosmo in here will get cleaned out, and these cosmos are all going to stay. So let's get to work on this side. Okay, well, I got all of that ripped out right there, and over on this side. It's actually really nice. This looks a lot cleaner. I'm gonna clean these pots out now really quickly. But I know it's probably gonna make some of you guys sad, but we're going to tear everything out in here. The hollyhocks are pretty much done blooming, and I'm over them. I don't want this giant green mound. So this was all self-seeded, and some of them are really pretty. But honestly, by the time I get home, they all do this like flopping thing. So they just look sad all the time. And like the necks on them are hard. They're not like, they're not soft. So I don't know. They're just doing this weird flopping thing where the necks just stay upwards or curved or whatever. So I'm over them. They need to go. Pulling those guys out. I have some what is this, echinacea or something like that, and I'm tired of these guys. They're just disappeared. I have a random dahlia in here, and it's a bright yellow color, and I just want a fresh start. I want the hollyhocks gone. They're too tall now, and like I said, they're literally, this guy is on its very last bloom. That is the last bloom right there that we're gonna get from it. And I mean, this one has maybe a few blooms left, but I'm not waiting any longer. They're gonna go. I'm gonna grab some of these seed heads and just go ahead and save some of these guys. I know Janie wanted a few, and I mean, if we're being completely honest, I guess if you guys want some of them, I'm sure I'll have plenty enough. Just be aware they took 3 years to bloom. So I'm gonna grab some of these, save some of these for Janie, and I'm sure a few of you guys will probably email me. So shoot me an email, I guess, if you want some of these, and I'll mail 4 or 5 out to you guys. I'm just such a firm believer that if you're not happy with something in your garden or a space in your garden, tear it out. They're plants, it's fine. They'll be okay. You're probably gonna make someone mad, but that's okay. It's your space. So I feel ashamed, honestly, showing you guys the front garden every time that I do a garden tour. I try to just zip right past it, where a couple years ago, this was definitely one of the more put together areas of the garden. So it's gotta go. I don't love showing you guys it. I've harvested a whole bunch of the Queen Anne's lace, and I would love to harvest more. I wish that it self-seeded in the flower farm area, because they make really, really pretty like filler plants. But I'm not gonna dedicate the front of my house to some filler plants that don't look pretty through most of the day. I have to harvest these guys like very first thing in the morning, like by 8 o'clock I have to harvest them. Otherwise it gets too late and this gets too much sun, and then they wilt. So we're gonna rip it out. It's gotta go. Like I said, if you're not happy with the space in your garden, they're just plants and they can be ripped out. So I don't know if you guys know this, but Queen Anne's lace is actually a carrot. So you can see here's the carrot. You don't want to eat it. Don't eat your Queen Anne's lace, but this is a carrot. And then you're growing it for the flowers. So they're gonna go now. Some of these are huge, like size of my face. These 3 plants right here, many of you will actually know during Christmas time. These are amaryllis, and they bloom for us very late in wintertime, and then we get a second flush of blooms late in the summertime. So we just got done with a second flush of blooms, and it feels weird having amaryllis bloom in the early summer. So they're gonna go. I don't want to keep them. I'm not gonna winter them over. And they've been in the garden for 2 years, and I'm done with them. They have to go. So this is a clump of dahlias, and I can't tell if it's diseased by all these shoots or if it's just a normal amount of shoots. It looks like a normal amount because I'm seeing this and then they separate. But I don't know, that's a lot of shoots just from these tubers here. So either way, they're getting thrown away because I don't want to accidentally bring leafy gall or any type of disease into the back garden. So I'm just gonna throw those away just to be safe. What I am gonna do though is plant this one. Looks a little suspicious, but we're gonna plant it anyways. This guy doesn't look like he has a disease, so he can stay. And while this daisy was really beautiful when it's blooming, you guys can see these blooms are really, really pretty. It doesn't bury its dead. The new blooms come shorter than the dead blooms. So it did this beautiful flush of blooms, and then it does shorter blooms, and then these will all die, and then it'll do shorter blooms. So this one has to go also. And that is it, pretty much cleared out. This is really weird. I can see in the camera that everything is gone. It's really weird. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is so weird. Cleared this whole thing out. I left this. We're gonna probably just move this off camera because it's super fragile. The base of it is cracked really bad. I hate the pot, so that is gonna get thrown away, but I gotta figure out how to save this. That is so weird. I haven't seen that empty in forever. Like a very long time. And then I haven't seen this area empty either. So you guys can see that's all cleared out. This side's cleared out. I am gonna come in and rework the bricks. As you can see, they're a little uneven. This is high. There's a missing one there for some reason. These pots are cleaned out. Now I can go in with some kind of super tunia or some type of annual that's really pretty that'll take over. I was gonna go with sweet potato vines, but I don't have enough. If it was up to me, I would probably do like 3 Super Tunia Vista bubblegums in both of these, and then deck this out with, I'm not even quite sure, but I would love to do Super Tunia Vista bubblegum like I did in here again. And the plan is, we do need new siding. You can see it's bowing in certain places, and it's really old. We had a guy come out and replace some of it when we bought the place, but he did a terrible job. So I actually just told him to quit when he came out here. I was like, you're done. I don't need you working on that anymore. You're actually making it worse than it is before you started working on it. So the whole siding needs to be replaced. We need new windows. It's bad. But my goal is I want to do some espalier up the side there and up the side there. Is that going to happen this year? No, I don't think it's going to happen until we are able to replace the siding. So, but replacing the siding also means replacing the corbels and all the fascia, and it's going to be a huge process. But it needs to happen. So I'm happy that this is cleared out. I'm going to go inside. You see the mosquitoes are flying around right now. They're trying to attack us like crazy. But we're going to go to Home Depot tomorrow and go get some stuff for another project that we're doing. And we're also going to go get plants for this area. But it is so weird seeing my house like this, because I don't know if you guys have been here long enough, but some of you that happened, that we used to have a giant plum tree right here, and it was so beautiful, and it gave the most delicious plums. But then it got a disease. I think it was canker, and it was like in the trunk of it, so we had to cut the tree out, and we were really sad about it. It actually worked out because we were getting solar, and the thing was going to get too tall and provide shade for that, which, for solar you need sun. So I want tall things, I want pretty things, I want things to look nice on both sides of the wall right there. It just looks like a weird blank wall. So you guys will see me in just a second when we're back from Home Depot. So I'm looking for some plants for the front area. Oh, there's Brent. This is the rock garden. This is where I've actually gotten quite a few plants from. And you can see they have a whole bunch of tree roses. This is where we got our tree rose. And they're all $55 right here. And they have some that are up front that are on shorter stems. So they only come up to about here, where these ones are grafted to about here, and then they are this tall. And the ones up front were like 40 bucks. So if you're in the area, this is up by Gerber, just type in the Rock Garden Nursery and come up here. They have, so we're at the Rock Garden right now, we're at a nursery. I'm looking for some plants for the front yard. We went to Home Depot and we couldn't find anything, but if you're in this area, this is in Gerber. This is where I got my tree rose, and it's $55 here. So all of these tree roses, it's right next to the highway, so it's a little bit loud. They have all kinds of them, really pretty. Lots of them are actually blooming right now. You can see the red blooms on some of these. There's some pink blooms here. There's yellows, whites, really, really beautiful tree roses. Like I said, $55. And then you guys, look at the puppy. He just hangs out here, but he's a herding dog, and he's watching. There's some chickens over in these beds right over here. They have bare root fruit trees, and this is where I got this is where I got our fruit trees from. Actually, this is also where I got our willow tree from. Let me show you guys this area, because this is where all their trees are, and they're so extremely cheap. The plants here are just insane. Like, here is an espalier right here. This is an apple, and it is 6 in 1, so it's 6 different varieties. It's a Gala apple, it is a Fuji apple, Rayburn apple, there's this yellow delicious apple, Graveston's apple, and a red delicious apple, all grafted into one tree. So you'll get 6 different apples produced off this. It's $85. You guys, these are like normally like $250 trees. So super cheap, all kinds of different apples here. Let's see, what else do they have? Lots of fruit trees. Here's a liquid amber, big tree. It's probably about 6.5, 7 feet tall, and it is $38. And then coming down here, this is where the willow is. This is our willow that we have. This is a golden weeping willow. And then they have just weeping willows. They have a whole bunch of different ones, but $32 for a golden weeping willow. And these things grow so fast. This is just normal weeping willow, $32. Lots of different stuff. Here is a flowering plum, $65. And then here's the birch trees, which we bought them bare root. And what they do actually is anything that they don't sell bare root, they pot up. But they're $60. And you guys, these things are, oh my gosh, I don't know, 12 feet tall. They're huge. So that's pretty cheap, $60 for a tree like that. Coming over this way, lots of fruit. What are these? Cherries right here. And then if we go down, the rest of that area is all fruit, so I don't really spend much time over there. But look, over here, some ornamental plum trees. Love this. We have one of these. It's $40. And some of them are a little bit shorter, but some of them are tall. This is the Crackner. They have evergreens over here. They have flowering cherries for $85, and they are huge, like 12 feet tall. What else do they have? More plums that are 12 feet tall. Flowering plum. What is this guy? Oh, a mimosa tree, which I don't really love mimosa trees, but if you do, they're $45. I think that they became really popular, but they're super messy trees. Here is this wisteria? Oh, a locust tree. I would love to have a locust tree. $35 for a locust tree. And you guys can see they're also about 12 feet tall. And what is this guy? Oh, that's a Bradford pear. We don't buy Bradford pears, by the way. Super invasive in the US, so don't buy those. Redbud trees, $80. Good size. I mean, you can see how tall that one is. That one goes all the way up to there. Lots of little evergreens, and you guys know evergreens are just always expensive. Here's a weeping mulberry for $55, and it has fruit forming on it. And look, it even has some of the fruit that's ready right there. I'm not going to eat that though. I'll leave that there for the birds. Lots more evergreens. Baby blue spruce, $60. This is actually a pretty good size. This one's probably a couple feet tall, probably 3 or 4 feet. That's probably about 3 feet tall. 2 feet tall. That's probably 2 feet tall. And then even bigger ones, absolutely massive. These ones are in their nursery container are as tall as I am, so 5'9", 200. Big trees. Lots more down there. Some giant arborvitaes, $60 down that way. What is this? A weeping gold drift weeping Norway spruce, and they're $58. Some oak trees, some red oak, $55. And that thing's 12 feet tall. So let's go down this way. I'm not looking for a big tree. A fruitless mulberry. That one is $65. A Raywood ash tree for $40. And Brent over there looking at, I don't know, but this is their sale section, and this is crazy. So here's some more locust trees, and these are on sale for $35. This one's on sale for $15. This is a corkscrew willow, $15, and normally even $29, which is still a crazy good deal. Fruiting mulberry, one's for $30. Crepe myrtles, $45. Not sure what that is. A willow tree, a globe willow, on sale for $15. It looks like it got really thick, but then had some dieback right there. But it's still coming back. Another globe willow that has kind of a little curve to it, shoots off. So this is their sales section, and things are like $25, $20, $15, which is killer prices. Coming down this way, a rhubarb. Oh no, Japanese pagola, $5. I have no clue what this is. $10. A redbud that died back down, but it's growing. $10. Lots of stuff, guys. And you guys can see that it just kind of goes on forever. Okay, well, I'm back home. I really couldn't find much that I wanted, but I did find some petunias. These are by Wave, and I've never grown these before. They were $9, and it's a 4-pack of them, and they're good size. They looked pretty. We'll see. I've never grown Wave petunias, like I said. It says that they get 5 to 7 inches tall and wide. I thought that that color was really pretty, and these are going to go in the concrete containers that are right there. So it might be a little contrasty with the white silvery pink color to the like purpley color down there, purple blue in the pots. And then I also am going to plant up this loropetalum. This is my Proven Winners loropetalum Jazz Hands Bold, and Janie actually bought me this in April. And I just haven't had anywhere that I wanted it to go. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. It gets pretty large. I lost the plant tag. It gets, guys, this one gets 6 feet tall, 6 feet wide. And an evergreen, it's hardy down to 10 degrees right there. That is zone 7, and it's hardy up to zone 9. So I'm a zone 9. I'm zone 9A, and so I know it'll be happy in my zone. It's a very limited zone, but I think this will be really pretty, and I love that it gets 6 feet tall and wide. The new growth even is a very dark purple. Keeps its shape, keeps its size, evergreen. And this right here is gonna go over there. Ooh, the hummingbirds just flew by. This is gonna go in that hole right there where I dug out the burning bush, because I'm gonna move the clovers. So I think that once that purple is gone, I'll be missing that. And 6 feet tall, you know, it'll get that big and spread out, which will be really, really nice to have something else kind of blocking right there. So let's go and go get these guys all planted. And I haven't found anything that I want to put else in the ground. I would like to find some more like supertunias, and I haven't found anything for this area. We went to a couple different nurseries today, and I just didn't find anything that spoke to me. One of the girls was suggesting that I just grow sunflowers in here this year, and I really might do that. I don't think you guys saw me planting this because it was a little bit like harsh with the shadow, but it's there, and I swear you can actually see it in person. Okay, there's a helicopter going over, but I'm not stopping. Happy with that in the ground. Like I said, 6 feet tall. This is 3 feet, so it should hit about right here, 6 feet tall, about as high as this butterfly bush is right now. And that butterfly bush is like way taller than 6 feet actually. It'll hit about right here. So yeah, I think that'll be really nice. 6 feet tall. I'll probably keep it trimmed up a little bit. It'll come out and I'll keep it trimmed up like I keep the butterfly bush trimmed up. I think that that's gonna be really pretty. And then if we come over here, these guys look really nice. They really pop. I really like that like blue purple color. And they look fine with the like silver berries, the blue and the silver pinkish color. Looks really pretty. And then you guys can see the Cosmo patch right here. So that looks really, really nice right there. I'm really happy with how that's turned out. Next step now is just figuring out what we're doing with that area. Like I said, I haven't figured that out yet. Maybe sunflowers, maybe not. I'm gonna give it a couple days and see what we do. So please don't be mad at me. I swear it's going to look better than whatever was there. It needed it, okay? It needed a refresh. This bed, the bed up front, it needed a little bit of love, okay? So I'm happy that everything's tore out. I hope you guys aren't mad at me, and I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.